I look at this like a cool shoe. It took me accepting it physically, probably driving my car, getting off the pain meds, accepting my physical injuries. And so that was probably about a year, a little less than a year. Just finally, this is what I got.
I got injured and I couldn't finish my whole deployment. So when I got back, I was like, oh my God, I want to go back so bad. Like, I want to go back, I want to go back. That's the only thing I wanted, to go back. I didn't care. I was like, oh, are you guys gonna be able to give me a prosthetic leg before my guys come back? I want to go back even with a prosthetic. And even now, well, even like the first couple of months, I was like, oh, I'll still go back with this leg and my eye like this. I want to go back. But then I started realizing that I can't really move that much. I'm like, I can't hang anymore. Even if like my mind says it could do it, but my body won't be able to do it. So I think that's the biggest challenge, like getting taken away from the fight. So it's not like I lost a leg, like that sucks, but I could live on like that. But yeah, the biggest part for me is just getting taken out of the fight.
I knew, hey, I had an ID to the face, and I also in my mind, I'm like, it's expletives, why did they? I was trying to stay with my unit for, even up until I got here to the States. Even they got me all the way back here. But in Afghanistan, in Germany, the whole time I'm like, no, I'm fine, my ear's fine, my face is fine, just sew it up, I'm good. I still have all my arms and legs, I'm fine. I can go out there and hook and jab, it's all good. But that's not what the doctors thought.
We had warriors that were being told that they'd no longer be able to be in the military, and they were still having to live up in the barracks and live as a soldier, a sailor, or a Marine. And our thought was, why not move these warriors out and not put them in an apartment building where they were living similar to a barracks, but actually give them their own individual cottages and watch them take ownership of it and watch the neighborhood that they were living in embrace them. And we believe that they are transitioning and not just transferring. So what we've done is move them out of the barracks while they're still on active duty, and then basically they're starting to live as a civilian in a neighborhood. They have all their medical needs taken care of up at the hospital, they fulfill their military requirements, then they come home at night just like you or I do.
Here at Freedom Station, I'm not their gunnery sergeant here, I'm their neighbor. So, if I see something out of place, I might suggest something, but I don't order them to clean their apartment or their room or their cottage or their yard. That's their responsibility. That's something that they have to do, and that's something that they're going to come across in just life. They can move out of Freedom Station and they have a community that they live into. They need to know how to get along in that community with their neighbors and be responsible for their own property, so they're contributing to the beauty of the neighborhood.
This is a awesome design, an awesome idea. It's kind of the best thing for a transition. Getting your own house, still having the camaraderie around, and just sitting here outside with your buddies and bull.
Having the moment with them is pretty good because they know exactly what you're talking about. You're not talking to just a random person that has no clue what you went through. So it's good to relate with my Marines and fellow corpsmen.
What this place allows is for you to get out and kind of alleviate some of that culture shock that you're going to get when you get out. There's difference between somebody that goes to war and somebody that doesn't, There's differences further from people that go to war and people that go to war and actually do the fighting. And so, when you actually have the guys that have gone to war and seen combat, those people, they're on the street, they're different from me. They're different from my friends, We're not the same kind of persons.
We eat together. We cry together. We tell our stories. We complain. We share our good times. Everything that close families share, we share.